Right. Hello, and we are live. My name is Nikki from Permaculture Gardens at permaculturegardens.org. And today I wanted to come and again challenge you for day 2 of our Plant Your Pantry challenge. Now, what is this challenge? If you're wondering, if you go to permaculturegardens.org, you will see a banner that says Plant Your Pantry challenge. And when you click on it, you will learn that perhaps everything you want to grow a garden, to start a garden, you already own, you already have in your kitchen pantry. And if you sign up, we tell you little by little every day the simple things you can do to start a garden straight from your kitchen. And it's not hard, it's like the easiest thing, and it's done in 15 minutes. It's done in the span of this live, which is going to be very short. I'm coming in today, not from my garden or my kitchen. So I am going to be reading some of the questions that have come in through our Plant Your Pantry challenge users and interface. When you sign up, they've asked some questions. And so some of these questions are one of the things that we encourage you to grow is celery in the Plant Your Pantry challenge. And the celery that you buy that's in your fridge that has that basil plate that you can root or put in water until the roots come, and some celery grows, and you'll see it's very reactive to that water, and immediately you'll see some growth on the top. This leafy green celery leaves will come out. And Amanda writes, I've tried this in the past. I've never been able to get it much past the leafy one in your video. How long does it take for celery to get bigger? I assume it isn't likely to get as big as store-bought. Amanda, thank you so much. So this celery indeed is not going to grow like the store-bought ones because those have been blanched. And how do you blanch celery? Much like you blanch leeks, they call this blanching, or asparagus that's white, is they hill it. They make a hill with soil, and they put more soil around the celery leaves. And they wrap, some people, some gardeners or farmers will wrap the celery stalks or leaves in newspaper. So I've tried growing it, tying a string around it, and the leaves also just unfurl on the top. So I think the most important part is that you are covering the stalks as they are growing, and that you're covering them with newspaper and then covering it with soil and making sure that that's nice and wrapped for it to grow a stalk of celery. So that's really interesting, no, to find that out, and that blanching reduces any bitterness that you may. Celery is more sweet to me than really bitter. Improves texture, and also if you grow, the nice thing about growing the store-bought variety is that that's the variety that of celery that actually grows is known to grow and have those hefty stalks. So if sometimes we'll buy seeds for celery, and I do like buying seeds, especially heirloom ones, but at least those ones are made for what we want them to do, right? And nevertheless, if you do end up with a celery stalk from your Plant Your Pantry challenge that you had regrown, and it leafed out and was more leafy, like parsley even, or lovage, if you know that, don't feel like you can't use it. I use it all the time. I just chop those. It's not going to be like a tough, celery raw, tough, develops the jaw type celery, but it still has that celery flavor. It's much softer. It's easier to eat, honestly. So I prefer them kind of leafy. And so why go to the effort of making that hill if you prefer a lighter texture anyway. So that would be my tip on celery. We have a few more questions here from the modules. Thanks, Amanda. That's a great question. Let me see here. It takes a while for this to load, and for me to see your questions from the Member Vault platform, in which the lessons are being dripped. Okay, so in this one, Marcy says she planted peas in dirt to try the shoots in smoothies and salads, and which is great. Like if you have peas, or beans, and she was sprouting moth bean seeds in a jar. So in the course or in the challenge, if you sign up for it, it's permaculturegardens.org, and you can see the challenge is right on the top of the website. I'll often say, oh, I can't tell whether how long it would take for your beans to sprout, because what different beans have different sprouting germination days. The bigger the bean, usually the longer it is. But some beans, in the case of Marcy, she said, I am sprouting moth bean seeds in a jar, and they are already sprouting after only 36 hours. Some beans and seeds are like this. Quinoa, you can see the little tails of the quinoa right away. What other seeds are like that? Try it yourself and see which ones look like they have sprouted. Garbanzo beans have those tails after 36 hours, yeah, for sure. And that's kind of the time that you actually put them in the ground and not mung beans. They sprout, and sometimes we like to eat them for just the tails and not the shoots. But either way, they're both edible, honestly. So do not be deterred by the sprouting, and also challenge yourself to see how you can, whether this new way of growing kind of creates a new way of eating. And I hope that opens up new horizons as to what you can eat. You don't just eat the stalks of the celery, you can eat the leaves of the celery. You don't just eat the shoots of a mung bean sprouted from water. You can also eat the roots, rather, of the mung bean sprouted in water. You can also eat the shoots. So that is one of those things that I think is fun about this challenge, is discovering what you have already and whether or not it'll grow. Chia seeds, cumin seeds. So have a go, take a look at your pantry and see what seeds they could grow, and see if you can regrow some of the things in your refrigerator as well. So with that, I'm going to end this stream, and I hope that you can join the challenge at permaculturegardens.org, or send us an email if you have any questions. permaculturegardens@gmail.com. Thanks.